Okay, what is going on? Everybody on the stream, how are you? And of course, those who watch my pre-stream on YouTube, welcome. Welcome, everyone, to a fun new day of streaming. That is right. Excuse me. Today is the Friday, Today is Friday, February 22nd, 2019. And I welcome all of you to my first of 2 gameplay streams for the day. What is going on? For those who are live in the stream chat, you guys have a treat today because if you are a current subscriber of my channel, I've just added 4 new emotes from a viewer and user named Sir Wigglebottom. What a name. Pretty awesome variety of stuff. We've got one that's kind of a what's up, me waving, hello. We've got one that is a thumbs up for when I do thumbs up stuff in gameplay. There's one of me saying amazing, which by the way, I say that all the time in gameplay. Amazing. And then there's one of me, it's called cozy, me like wrapped up in a blanket. And I think people are going to be using that one for when I'm playing Battle Royale and I'm hiding in a toilet or something. You know what I mean? When I'm camped nicely somewhere. I can definitely see that one being used. So, pretty cool. 4 new emotes for subscribers today. Out of nowhere too. Like I wasn't expecting those. And this person sent them to me overnight for use on the channel. I said, these look pretty cool, man. So, hopefully you guys like them. We still have spaces for emotes, by the way. Like, I think we're now up to 38 emotes. But we have 43 spots. That's right. We still have that many from those crazy amount of gifted tier 3 subs from Emerald 7 back in December. We have a ridiculous amount of subscriptions. Well, we had a ridiculous amount of subscriptions, and that led us to now having all of these emote spots, which is pretty awesome. So we still have more space if anyone ever wants to try designing some emotes. A few people took a shot at it. Sadly, a lot of the aspect ratios and stuff were kind of skewed, and I was like, nah, I'd rather just wait until we get, some better ones. So thank you to everyone who does submit stuff. Fan art, Hermano Carl draws the vast majority of the fan art that we get on pre-streams now, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, it's just all around good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy all the stuff that's to the streams. I couldn't do this without you guys. I couldn't. It's all about, community interactions and positivity and, you guys contributing via these methods because I have no I have no kind of graphical talent. I never took graphic design classes. I don't have any software to do it. So it is all up to you. In fact, the person who designed my banner for DSPGaming over 2 years ago redesigned the banner and sent me a new one, and I'm trying to get that to show up on YouTube. I did upload it and save it, but it's not showing yet. I think YouTube is just so freaking delayed. It could take like hours to days to show up. But it's pretty nice to be able to spruce things up, add new things every once in a while, right? Pretty nice. So anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are in a good mood and ready for a fun day of gameplay streaming. What are we doing today, this lovely Friday? Well, we're going to start off with more Metro Exodus. From what I'm going to understand, we are firmly into the second half of the game. In fact, most people who have played this game last session told me maybe 1 to 2 sessions more tops, and I will have completed the game. So we're getting there. We completed the second open world segment. We're now going to probably head into a few more linear segments for a bit, and then see where the game takes us. Okay? So that's today's main gameplay stream. 4 more hours of Metro Exodus. Later tonight, it's the return of Black Ops 4 Battle Royale gameplay, which I am excited for. As you know, whenever I do Black Ops 4 Blackout, we end up getting a lot of fun interactive time together. And supposedly, they've added a new mode. I don't know. I guess there was a big Black Ops 4 patch this week. And I think, from what I'm to understand, it's going to add not only new content to the multiplayer, which obviously is going to be good for when we finally go back to that eventually, which I will, but also, Battle Royale. Supposed to be, I still have a new mode or something, which I guess we could check out tonight and see exactly what it is. If it's good, then good. If it's not, we'll just go back to the classic, right? So that's tonight. Battle Royale, 2 hours of, blackout fun on the stream. Tomorrow, yes, I am playing Metro Exodus again in an attempt to pretty much try to finish up the game. I'm thinking between today and tomorrow, if I really focus on Metro Exodus, I may actually complete the game. So that's that. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow's gameplay stream. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be finishing up Jump Force. I'm actually at the end of the game. But what I'm to understand, the final fights are pretty challenging and difficult to the point where it took some people an hour to beat them. So I'll be doing that plus seeing the end of the game. And then if we have extra time, we'll probably switch over to Black Ops 4 multiplayer and see what changes they've implemented there. Okay? There you go. Then, on Sunday, it's the return of Apex Legends, and I've confirmed with Brian he will be available for co-op on Sunday. So, on Sunday, the main gameplay stream, more Apex Legends co-op with Brian and Kekken. Should be good. Then, Sunday night, I'm leaving open. Reason I'm doing that is I want to see, if I didn't finish Metro Exodus, maybe another couple hours, we can wrap it up Sunday night. Or, if I've wrapped up everything by then maybe Sunday night we'll go back to a more chill game like Subnautica, or maybe I'll do some more Dark Souls. I don't know. I kind of want to leave it open and play it by ear and see what I feel like, okay? Monday is my day off. I know that's really early. Listen, I know. It's just that the schedule is kind of weird this week due to Cat's schedule. It's the only other day off we have this coming week that would be a day off we could do stuff together. So Monday will be my day off, but then I'll be back on Tuesday, potentially with a new game called Left Alive. Supposedly this game is made by a group of game devs who have worked on many various projects. In particular, some of them used to work on Metal Gear Solid. Interesting. Very interesting. And I'm very curious to see how this game will turn out. Left Alive. I'm probably going to be checking it out on Tuesday unless some extenuating circumstance happens. I'm interested in this game. Okay? So, we'll see what it's like. That's going to be Tuesday. And then this week, I'll be playing Left Alive, Dark Souls Remastered, balancing that with chill gameplay such as Subnautica, and maybe more Blackout, and probably more Minecraft, etc., etc., etc. Probably some Black Ops 4 multiplayer, maybe. Later on in the week, there's a game called Toe Jam and Earl coming out. And, yeah, supposedly it's supposed to be an actual game in the franchise of Toe Jam and Earl. Now, I never played the originals. They were ginormously popular games on the Sega Genesis, but I never played them, and who knows what this new iteration is going to be, right? So, kind of an interesting week where we'll have kind of a balance between, a little bit of filler stuff with some new stuff, and we'll play it by ear and see how it goes, all right? Yeah, so that's what you guys can expect this coming week. However, I do have some bad news in regards to those who like the late-night streams. By the end of this coming week, it's the end of February, and I'm supposed to get my taxes done, meaning I'm supposed to get all the information for my tax attorney / CPA, whatever you want to call him, because I think he's both, and get that ready for filing. And that means not only do I have to figure out all the income I made last year, which isn't so tough, I have to do all the expensing. That, for those who are self-employed, is a major nightmare. Basically, I have to go through all the money I spent in 2018, nickel and diming it and saying, is this for the business? Is this not for the business? Was this for the business? Is this not for the business? And to the most part, it's not that hard, but especially when there's things that I bought via PayPal, which I did a lot of last year, it can be kind of tricky to figure out, what was this one? What was this one? And it could take hours and hours of work because I have to take all that data and put it into a spreadsheet to submit for my taxes. And yeah, I know it's going to take a long time. I know that, okay? So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to have to do that, and I'm not going to have time to do that off stream. So what I'm going to have to do here is probably Tuesday and Wednesday are the 2 days I'm kind of setting aside and saying Tuesday and Wednesday nights, most likely I'm not going to be doing a nighttime stream. That sucks. I know. As you guys know, I absolutely love doing full days of streaming. But sadly, it's pretty annoying. And it's going to take a lot of time. And I just know it's not going to be a fun time. Whenever I have to do it every year, I'm groaning. It's like, it's just not good. It's not entertaining at all. It's not something I like to do, but I got to get it done. All right. So, more than likely Tuesday and probably Wednesday, no late streams this week for me to work on my taxes, but then hopefully things will be back to normal later on in the week. and we'll be able to get back on track with everything. Okay? So I'll give you guys more information about that when it comes up. Obviously, that's, coming up, but not here yet. But, it has to happen. What can I do? Right? What can I do? Okay. So, the other thing about today is the launch of Anthem. Wow. What a humongous event that we're all been excited for and could not wait for, and now it's finally here. The truth of the matter is, it's the complete and polar opposite. Like, I think when Anthem was first announced like 2 years ago, we were all very excited for it. And the more information we got about this game, in particular via press releases and E3 information, it was like, oh no. Like, what happened here? This is, BioWare, a company that always focused in on narrative-based games like the Dragon Age series, the Mass Effect series, and Knights of the Old Republic, has turned into a company that now is making repetitive, grindfest looter shooters to jump into the same likes of games such as Destiny and The Division. That is not good. That is really a bad sign for the gaming industry when you have a giant AAA dev known for being one of the leaders of a certain genre of game, and they've now been told, don't make that game anymore, make this other one just to make a buck. And it's sad because I really wanted to give this game a shot. I did. And the sad fact is that the more information I saw about it, the more times that a demo came out and people played it, all of the things I heard and saw and all the feedback I even got from my viewers was, Phil, this is not a game you're going to want to play. This is literally another Destiny, all right? And the core gameplay mechanics are grind. In fact, I actually found this out. I don't know how many of you know this. During the campaign of Anthem, there's 4 major areas you need to go to. I don't know if they're dungeons or if they're actually areas of the map. They require you to do a checklist of repetitive, boring, grinding gameplay missions in order to get there. Like one of them is, you must complete 10 random challenges. And the challenges are basically like different things in combat or different objectives on the map that are basically just time killers. They're pointless to the game. You don't need to actually do them besides unlocking the next part of the game. So the game is literally a laundry list checklist of boring stuff to do. And if you're teaming up with a group of friends, okay, I'm teaming up with 3 other friends, and we each are going to use a different one of these mechs. I forget what they're called. I don't even know what the fuck they're called. I know they have a special name for them, like it matters. They're basically Iron Man suits is what they are, right? Mech suits. And, each one of you is teaming up are going to use a different one, different aspects of one of those suits. And you have camaraderie, and, you're going to be using voice chat communication. It's basically going to be another fun opportunity, like Destiny or The Division, to team up and have a good social... That's right. To have a good social... Let's try this again. It's a good opportunity to have a good social experience with your friends. If you're going to play it with a party of your friends, great. This is probably your cup of tea. This is probably your core gameplay experience. You're the people who they targeted when they made this game. And they know there's a market for it because, hell, games like Destiny and The Division sold well. So they know that they can make money with this style of game. But the fact that this is a game developer that used to make AAA games, amazing, robust stories with branching dialogue choices, tons of side missions and content that were meaningful, you know what I mean? And now they've basically turned into, okay, take that cookie cutter kind of recipe for a game, wash, rinse, and repeat, add in just enough originality using mech suits instead of first-person shooter gameplay to make it unique, and people can't complain that it's a copy of another game, and then sell it. And that's sad, I love BioWare, not anymore. I could go through BioWare's history and tell you this game's great, this game's great, this game's great. And then we got Mass Effect Andromeda. That game was shit. And now we've got, sadly, Anthem. Shit. It sucks because, there used to be this big launch day hype for these AAA studios, and now it's kind of all fizzled away because of what they've done. They've degraded themselves into cash-making machines instead of a company that cares about the quality of the product they're putting out and making something meaningful for the masses. I made a game that I know is going to make cultural impact on gaming and is going to be considered a Game of the Year contender versus I made a game that's going to print money. And that mentality is awful, and it's hurtful to the gaming industry. And I hate to say it, but, you know, unless you have a group of friends who you're going to team up with and you think you're going to enjoy this game because of a social aspect of co-op, unless that's your case, and that is the case, then go right ahead, please, by all means. Enjoy Anthem. That's what they made the game for. But outside of that, don't buy that game. You know, by buying a game like that, what you're doing is you're saying to the game industry, yes, please keep making this shovelware. Please keep making the same game over and over. With, you know, again, doesn't add anything to gaming culture, doesn't add anything to the gaming experience as a whole. Definitely not going to be a Game of the Year contender. Just keep adding shit to this garbage pail of repetitive grind instead of something that's meaningful. You know? So that being said, it's a non-entity for me. It's too bad that this was supposed to be one of the biggest releases of the year, and it's basically, you know, a fart. A momentary fart that then you say, ew, and you walk away from. And then you move on with your life. So that's the way that I'm approaching Anthem. There you go. Alrighty then. Okay, guys. So let's continue on here. FYI, a few quick things, then we'll get to plugs, and then we'll get to shoutouts. So, FYI, next month, you know, it's going to be a very, 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 very important month for me. Next month, March, I'm going to have to do some special stuff in order to try to raise some funds for my upcoming tax situation. I'm not going to talk about this at length today at all. I just want to let you guys know it's coming, and what I need is your feedback, because I am more than likely going to be doing a marathon of some sort. And during said marathon, I'm going to want to know what kind of stuff are you guys wanting to see that'll bring people out to this marathon to help support me to basically raise funds via tips in order to pay my taxes in April. We had some pretty good suggestions so far. Some people said, why not do some fighting game stuff like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike for a session, a segment of it, where maybe people can play you if they want, or if not, just play some randoms. I got suggestions, maybe just do some chill gameplay, but not the whole stream. You know, maybe some Battle Royale, but not the whole stream, just to get some variety in there and keep stuff moving for variety's sake. Maybe have a segment where I just talk to the viewers. It's just me opening up for like an hour to the viewers. Maybe have a little bit of retro throwback stuff where I play an older game like Donkey Kong Country or Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that. You know, basically keep it moving and do positive stuff so that this event that's going to be a long event doesn't feel like a long-winded event, but instead just feels like a positive, fun thing. Because people just said, if you're enjoying yourself and doing a variety of fun stuff that you like, that's going to be the kind of Phil that we want to see. You're not going to want to see the angry Phil who's playing like Black Ops 4 multiplayer and pissed off because the game sucks. That's not going to, you know, make people feel the kind of vibe you want for a stream where you're trying to, you know, do any kind of, you know, fundraising via tips and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So, I get you. I hear you. And I'm kind of agreeing with you. So, I'm thinking very strongly about what I want to do. It is probably going to take place in the second half of March, along with my retrospective event. There's going to be another retrospective event in March as well as a result of us hitting the subs goal for February. So that's really good. So a lot of stuff coming up in March. A lot of important stuff. Excuse me, obviously. So. All right. So all that being said, I'm trying to think if there's anything else really I want to mention before we get started. I don't think particularly. No, I don't think there's much else to talk about. So, all right, guys, let's get to plugs quickly. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and thank you all for an awesome 10-plus years of me being a content creator on the internet. With all the crazy, you know, stuff going on with YouTube, Adpocalypse 2.0, and all this crap, it's nice to know that I have a place to come where every day I can come hang out with you guys, have fun, and enjoy games here on Twitch. And by the way, I am aware that some of you watch this on YouTube as well. But it's nice to know that because of the support of the viewers and fans, I'm still here. So if you like my content, if you like my daily live streams on Twitch, if you like the content I put out daily on YouTube, and you want to see me continue to be successful and be able to keep doing this for a living, there are many ways that you can contribute. The first would be checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, where your monthly pledges, all right, earn you personal perks. For example, pledging $5 or more gets you premium forum access on my website and allows you to nominate and vote on special events. This month, you'll be posting up your nominations for the upcoming retrospective event, okay? So for those who pledge $5 this month, retrospective event next month, you'll be able to nominate stuff that you want to see in it, okay? You can get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which also, by the way, is going to take place in March. So good opportunity to pledge to Patreon and get your question answered next month on the show. Or you can even get a private Q&A video made. So lots of good stuff. Give it a look, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. I also have a merchandise shop where I sell all kinds of fun things, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, all kinds of fun stuff. All right? So give that a look. Anything you buy from there helps me out, obviously. Okay? And then, of course, if you're here live on the stream and you would like to contribute via cheering, subbing, or tipping and get a shout out for your contribution, you could do so. All right? I will give a shout out for anyone who cheers, subs, and tips. Of course, it is subjective when I give a shout out to. If something's negative or insulting, no, I'm not going to do it. Okay? As you see, we have the stream stats leaderboard here in effect today. If you're the top cheerer or top tipper, I'll get you up there for recognition. In fact, already some people have started contributing, so I will update that shortly. We also have the sub count, which has been going up and down all over the place recently. I'm actually curious right now, what are we at? 501. So it actually went up by 1 during this pre-stream so far. Let me go ahead and update that. Our sub goal was 525 subs. We did hit that. So don't worry. We are doing the retrospective event next month. It just dipped after that, but that's fine. Again, a good opportunity today. If you want access to the 4 new emotes that we have in Stream Chat, along with the other 34. That's right, 38 emotes and counting being added to the channel. Consider subbing. Plus, you get a cool Chat Crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. And in addition to all of that, you also get the... you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them, because I do take a couple ad breaks, and you don't have to watch those ads. It's pretty cool. Okay. So, all that going on. Thank you to everyone who cheers, subs, and tips. It's much appreciated. You may be saying, well, what's the best way to help Phil today? And the answer, quite frankly, is, doesn't matter. Anything you do is incredibly helpful, and everything you do is equally helpful. There's no preferred method of, support at all. Whatever you would like to do is much appreciated. Come next month, things are probably going to change in that regard. So, there you go. Well, I'm trying to think. I think that's it. I think what we'll do is get to shoutouts. All right, let's get to now shoutouts on the stream. Okay. So, let's scroll all the way down here. Okay. So, first of all, someone anonymously gifted a subscription to A Good RPG earlier today. That's pretty awesome. A Good RPG is a longtime viewer, a supporter, and pretty awesome to whoever gifted that sub. So thank you to whoever supported via that, and congratulations to A Good RPG who received the gifted sub. Very nice. We start off today with a tip from Xbox One is Garbage, a $1 tip. Because I hope my $1 tips have added up. Hey, man. It's like I've said over and over the years. Every contribution is appreciated, no matter how big or small, and they do add up. Like, most people don't seem to realize, like, oh, man, $1's nothing, right? No, the truth of the matter is, I am still here because of crowdfunding. Because you guys like my content so much that all of you collectively contribute, and it adds up. And it's funny because some people used to be like, I can only give like $1, so it's not worth it. It's like, no, the truth is, it does add up. And it's through the collective support of all of you over the years that I'm still here. It's not because of one person who behind the scenes was financing everything. That's never been the case. And although there have been a few very generous people over the years who've come through and supported me in various ways. The most recent one being Emerald7, who gifted us all those tier 3 subs back in December, right? Which was absolutely amazing. It's pretty awesome that because of our collective support, right? All of your collective support, that I'm here to this day. So thank you guys, because, I could have been gone a long time ago through all the YouTube crap. Remember, I used to be a YouTuber My focus was YouTube. It's all I did was make YouTube videos. Didn't care about the streaming. It was fan service, right? For how many years? And then I basically changed all of that to be more interactive for you guys. If I had just stayed with YouTube, I certainly would not be here anymore. It is all about the crowdfunding support, so thank you guys so much on a daily basis for making me feel welcome and letting me know that what I do is meaningful to you, and thanks for hanging out with me. Okay? All right, moving on. Ace A did a 50-bit cheer and says, I love some of the comments on reviews now for Anthem. One of them said, stop complaining about the bugs and glitches. How about you try to make a game? Oh, the internet. Yeah. I mean, listen, I have not played Anthem, so firsthand, I cannot attest to the game being bug-ridden or full of problems. I don't know. I can't say that. So that's unfair for me to criticize the game for that. But if it is true that the game does have issues like this, then yes, it's fair for people to criticize the game for them. And I've actually heard that a couple reviews already have kind of panned the game, saying, sorry, but this is not what we expect out of a AAA game studio. Not only is it an uninspired grindfest, but also the game has bugs and stuff. You know, so it's just like the shit on top of the Duty Sunday. You know, it's like already it was crap, and now you poured liquid crap on top of the solid crap. You know, ugh, just completes the package, right? Boy, I just made a really disgusting analogy, didn't I? That's gross. All right, let's all pretend like I didn't say that. Yuck. Oh, my God. So, anyway. Yeah. It's hilarious how you get the White Knights who are like, you know, the fanboys of BioWare. So they come out of nowhere and, oh, no, you can't. Why don't you try to make a game, motherfucker? Like, I don't want to make a game. I want to buy a game with my hard-earned money and play a game. I don't want to make a game. If I wanted to make a game, I'd be a fucking game dev. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to enjoy the finished product, and I have the right to criticize it if I paid for it, right? So, hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, Abigail Ryfinger cheered and said, I just wanted to jump in and say hi before we have to listen. Oh, before I have to listen in on my philosophy class and I have to present. Wish me luck. I wish you luck, Abigail. Good luck. Hopefully you do well today. Insomniatic Meat did a 65-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Insomniatic Meat, for that cheer. Bagel Goose did a 100-bit cheer. Let me get, you know what? That is the biggest cheer so far today. Let's get Bagel Goose up there. So we have a top cheerer up there. And Bagel Goose says, cooking segment an option. Well, no. If I were to do a cooking segment, I couldn't do it live for sure. I couldn't. The other thing is I don't cook. The only things that I cook right now, let me think. Right now, there's literally like 3 things that I actually cook when it comes to making dinner for Kat and myself. The first is any kind of like burger, and what I mean by that is not really a hamburger because I don't really make those. I either do turkey or chicken burgers because they're much more healthy for you. And I usually fry that up with like low-fat olive oil, cooking spray in a pan, and I season. And then I'll put that on some kind of a bun with some kind of a condiment, and I chop lettuce and tomato and put that on there. So very basic. No one wants to see me cook that, you know. I make chicken fajitas. Now, chicken fajitas, what you need to do is get some kind of fajita veggies, whether it's peppers, onions, that kind of stuff. Plus some chicken. Usually I get the pre-cooked chicken because it's a lot easier that way than cooking up raw chicken. And you toss it into a skillet with some fajita seasonings. You stir it all up. Then I usually toss some salsa in there to stir all that up. And then you serve that in tortillas with some shredded, like, Mexican-style blended cheese. I could do that, but again, it's not like, oh, Phil's hand cooking a bunch of stuff. It's not. I'm just tossing pre-made ingredients usually into a skillet and frying them up. The final thing that I can make is like an Asian stir fry, which again, it's the same exact thing. You get some kind of pre-seasoned chicken, frozen vegetables, you toss it into a stir fry, you add Asian sauces and seasonings, you stir it up, and you make it over a bed of rice, you know. Those are the 3 things I cook, and none of them are particularly interesting at all, okay? I don't know realistically what I could make that anyone would want to see me do a cooking video. You know what I mean? None of it is anything good. In regards to like, oh, here is a huge recipe that Phil makes that's so elaborate, right? The one thing that I make that is elaborate is my sauce. You know, a pot of Italian sauce, that's elaborate. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of ingredients to make. But, number one, I already vlogged myself making that sauce like 4 years ago. So already there's videos up on the internet of that. That's number one. And number two, I only do it maybe every 2.5 months. And in particular, I just did it a couple weeks ago. So I wouldn't even have opportunity to make another pot of the sauce and film it in time for whatever event I'm going to do in March. So honestly, Bagel Goose, I don't think anything would work for cooking. You know what I mean? Like, the one person here who's a good cook is Kat, but I'm working when she's cooking. I can't be down there to filming every step of what she's doing. Plus, I hate to tell you this, she has no interest in being in my videos. None. She doesn't want to be in my videos or my streams because she knows about the negative element of assholes who are so nasty to her already. You know, in the very few things she's been in, they've been nothing but fucking nasty to her. So she just has no desire to be a part of it anymore. You know, and that's just me being honest. I wish it was different, but that's life. You know, these assholes did what they did, and they really rubbed her the wrong way, and she just doesn't want to be a part of anything anymore. And that's to be respected. You know, you got to respect that. You can't push someone into doing something they don't want to do. And I'm not going to do that. All right? So it is what it is. I don't think cooking is coming anytime soon. All right? Shout out to Van Clays 009, who tipped me $1 and said, let's get the party started. Thank you very much, Van Clays, for that tip. I appreciate it. Let's actually add that to total tips. Sorry, the Xbox One is garbage. Did trump you, though, to the $1 tip spot. So he remains on the leaderboard for top tip. Judicious Echoes did a 200-bit cheer and says, everything you'd play a game like Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 on stream, worthwhile game at the developer's peak and have had enhanced versions in recent years. I don't know anything about Baldur's Gate. Like, Zippo. I don't know a damn thing about it at all. And I'm sure I've heard the name over the years many times, so I'm sure that it must be one of those games that has a huge fan base over time that's built, like a cultish fan base. You know what I mean? Like, people who just love that genre, or not that genre, that franchise, that IP is what I meant to say. And that's great, you know. I missed out on it. I don't know much about it. If anyone ever wanted to see me play it, I guess that's great. But I don't know, you know, I've never played it myself. I got missed out on it. Hey, by all means, guys, you think that's something that would be interesting to watch me play and try out, and, you know, let me know. Be more than happy to maybe give it a shake. But for now, you know, for now, I don't see it realistically being something that I would do in the short run. Okay? But anyway, thank you very much to Judicious Echoes for that 200-bit cheer. Much appreciated. Swaggins Cheer said, I agree that Anthem is just a copy-paste grind fest, but at least there's at least some incentive to those in grinding towards something. Let's try this again. I agree Anthem is a copy-paste grind fest. At least there's some incentive to those to grinding towards something, compared to Battle Royale games in the sense that they're just both mindless games meant for co-op. There's nothing to gain in Battle Royale games other than bragging rights of winning a match. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I can't see why people would enjoy playing Battle Royale games, but not games like The Division 2, Anthem, etc., when they're superior to Battle Royale games in every way. I actually disagree, Swaggins. Here's why. What you just said innately is a false statement. You said, oh, but when you're grinding in one of these co-op games, like Anthem or Division, right, you're going towards an end goal. No, you're not. These games go on infinitely. They never end. Even though they may have a story ending, the story literally is not the focus of the game. The focus of the game is the repetitive grinding combat, because then you can get the next piece of loot, the next piece of whatever, to do more grinding combat. You see what I mean? It's a game that exists only to keep playing. It's not a game that has an end game goal. It's not a game that has an end game destination. You just keep going infinitely. Battle Royale is kind of the same thing. The end game goal is at least to win. Do you get anything for winning? Maybe some credits to unlock skins for your characters or whatever, and then you go back and play again. It's the same exact formula. The only difference is it's a different style of game. But it's the same shit. It's literally games for the sake of playing games, rather than having an endgame story resolution, a definitive ending, a conclusion, and a feeling of achievement. You don't really get that with those games. It's more about, as they say, it's more about the journey than the destination, right? Games that are co-op based, it's about having that fun journey together with friends, rather than caring about if you ultimately win the Battle Royal game or if you actually get to the whatever the end game story is. You had fun playing with your friends during the time that you did, right? So that's what I mean. Like, I do feel that both games are kind of the same, all right? And if for me, the reason that I like the Battle Royale genre, number one, most of the games are free, so I'm not required to invest money in a game that I know doesn't have any kind of an ultimate overall value. You know, I'm not naming Apex Legends Game of the fucking Year. I'm not an idiot. At the same time, I enjoy playing Apex Legends with a few people who I trust and I enjoy the camaraderie with. So, you see what I mean? Like, it's free. Number two, for me, the Battle Royale genre is better because at least you're working towards that goal of winning, being the winner. There is no winner in these co-op games like Anthem, Destiny, and The Division. There's no winner. You just keep going forever. It's gameplay for the sake of more gameplay. You see what I mean? The Lightning God cheers said, Philly, you got to make this pre-stream shorter. I'm not trying to be. And then he cut off. Listen, everyone says this. Oh, you need shorter pre-streams. But then, if I take the content of the pre-stream and I put it into the gameplay of a game, like right now, if I started playing Metro and I wasn't paying attention to the story and instead I was talking over it and talking with you guys about all these topics, everyone would complain that I've destroyed the immersion of the game and that, you know, I'm doing it wrong. So that's why we have these pre-streams. We all know why. You can complain till the cows come home, but the pre-streams are necessary and they're not going away. Wiggle Goose cheered. He says, to generate hype for March, would you autograph something to give away as a prize for highest cheer, tip, etc.? Well, Biggle Goose, here's the deal. I would consider that. All right. However, number one, you cannot do it in conjunction of certain things. Like, you cannot do what's considered a contest when it comes to bit cheering. That's against Twitch's terms of service. So I would not have to be able to do it at all in regards to cheers. It's against the rules. If I wanted to do it for other things, like the top tipper of the month gets a signed, autographed copy of something, that actually is okay. However, I guess it would really depend on, what's the word I'm looking for? It would depend on the logistics of it. Because I used to do this. When I first started with Patreon, way back when, we're talking over 3 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago now. Yeah. Long time I've been with Patreon. Back then, okay, I was doing t-shirts. I had these Project 7 t-shirts that I'd sitting around for years. Never able to sell them or do anything with them. So I said, I'll do them as patron stuff, right? So I started doing them. And I would sign a shirt, mail it. And I actually had it as a $20 perk. So you pledge $20 to my Patreon, you get a t-shirt with an autographed, either autographed shirt or I would autograph something and send it with the shirt. I'm not even kidding you. Probably about 75% of the time, it cost me more money to mail the shirt than what I received via Patreon. So I actually lost money doing the t-shirts as a Patreon level. As silly as that is, you know what I mean? That's stupid that shipping is so expensive, but it is. You know, I'm certainly not Amazon. I don't have these crazy shipping partnerships with people all around the world. So let me put it this way. If Top Tipper for the month of March received something autographed from me, great. But it would have to be like, as long as the tip is something good. You know, now the Top Tipper was a $20 tipper, and I ended up paying $35 to mail the shirt. However, I'll be honest. I do think that the Top Tipper in March is going to be much bigger than that. In general, it always is. So I don't think it would be that big of an issue. I don't know, you know, if that would be any incentive. I really don't. I don't think it would be like an incentive. Oh, I got to be the top tipper for March so I can get Phil's autograph. Who the hell really thinks that way? I don't know. Not me. For me, that's like silly because, as I've told you guys, I don't think anyone doing what I do is a celebrity at all. No, I don't think PewDiePie and Ninja are fucking celebrities. I'm sorry. I don't think Markiplier is a celebrity. These are people who just play games and got lucky on the internet and through various means got rich and have a following. That doesn't make them a fucking celebrity where I want their fucking autograph. That's insane. Like, the fact that I would ever desire... I'm blown away that at one time I went to conventions and people lined up to get my autograph. That's like, what the fuck? Like, that just blows my mind. That I just have never been like that. Never once in my life have I ever asked a single person for their autograph. Not once. So it is what, that's how I am. That's my mentality. So, for me to think there would be any incentive to get my autograph on something that would convince people to cheer, like, that's not cheer, excuse me, tip, because remember, you can't do that with cheering. That's against terms of service. I don't know. That just blows my mind. But anyway, let's continue. Swang is cheered. He says, I mean, grinding in the sense towards better gear. At least that's some type of progression, not an ending. In Battle Royale games, you're reset after every match. I hate both styles, but I want at least some form of progression. Something as little as better gear. That change of gameplay a little and not just cosmetic shit. But it's the same deal, Swaggins, because the better gear only allows you to do the same repetitive gameplay again. You see what I mean? These games are all an endless cycle. It's the same with mobile games, too. Mobile game, you play the game, you grind, you earn items, you earn characters, you earn upgrades, but ultimately, the only thing that you're doing in that mobile game is grinding more. Like, it's a revelation every once in a while, because sometimes you just like playing a game a lot. It's relaxing to play the mobile game. Then you realize all you're ever doing is the same thing. You're like, wow, I can't wait to earn that brand new character in the game. And you get them, you're like, and now back to the grind with the new character to earn something else that's the same. You see what I mean? All these games are the same at this point. They're just games for the sake of games. Games for the sake of wasting time. They're time sinks, I guess would be the best description. Versus a game that actually has a definitive way to develop, a definitive ending. You know what I mean? An end goal, a resolution to a story. None of these have these. So. But I see your point. I do see your point. Judicious Echoes did another 200-bit cheer and said, I like the pre-streams since Ask the King, which is my bi-monthly Q&A show, is only once every few months. I'm not watching the game stream itself to avoid spoilers, but I like watching your pre-streams. There you go. So for every person, like the Lightning God, who's very upset that these pre-streams are so long and wish that I could just get to the gameplay, you got a person who enjoys having this daily interaction with me, this daily kind of vlog, this daily kind of Q&A session, because you get it out of the way, so then when I get to the game, I can focus on the game and not have to be, oh yeah, well now I have to answer 100 questions, right? See what I mean? And it's actually funny because I saw someone during the suggestions that I took in during my day off on Twitter. One person said, pre-streams are long, but at the same time, gauge what happens during pre-streams versus what happens during the live gameplay streams. And if for example, you get enough interaction and enough contributions during pre-streams to warrant them existing, then by all means keep doing them. I can wholeheartedly tell you guys, pre-streams warrant their existence. They do. There's some days I make the majority of my contributions on the pre-stream. And that's crazy. But yeah, like, it definitely justifies its own existence. Okay? All right, Kanji Monster cheered and said, Anthem is great, lots of bugs with the game. Is a game like Street Fighter 5, it's going to get better with time. If anything, you should wait until it's 6 to 7 months old or an expansion is released like Monster Hunter World. Well, there you go. Another example, apparently, of a game that... apparently, another example of a game that at launch ain't so good, but let's hope that it sells well, and then we'll actually put effort into it to try to make it better in 6 to 7 months. Modern game development, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so that is really it, guys, for today's pre-stream. Let's end the pre-stream because guess what? I got to use the bathroom. I'm not even kidding. It hit me in like the last 2 minutes. I got to use it pretty bad. So let's end the pre-stream. Let's take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back with Metro Exodus. All right, everyone? Thank you so far for your contributions. I'll be right back.